Linking gender-sensitive, climate-responsive livelihoods with sustainable growth and business models. In the face of climate change, who do you think is taking the lead in building resilient, sustainable livelihoods? Women across the globe are becoming powerful agents of change, drawing from deep-rooted knowledge of local ecosystems and climate patterns. Their practices aren't just traditions, they're climate strategies. In this video, we will explore how gender-sensitive, climate-responsive livelihoods are paving the way for sustainable growth and innovative business models. From agriculture and forestry to fisheries and crafts, women's livelihoods are at the intersection of climate resilience and community empowerment. These activities, often passed down for generations, embody a wealth of knowledge about local ecosystems. But here's the question. Why has this knowledge been sidelined in mainstream climate discussions? And what are we missing when we overlook it? Women have traditionally employed practices like agroforestry, crop rotation, and intercropping methods that enhance soil health, conserve water, and protect biodiversity. These methods aren't just good for crops. They help capture carbon and reduce greenhouse gas emissions, making them powerful climate tools. Imagine if we harnessed this expertise globally. How much closer could we be to sustainable solutions? Building a gender-sensitive and climate-responsive business goes beyond profits. It focuses on long-term gains that supports entire communities. These businesses meet the needs of both men and women, taking into account the impacts of climate change and innovating within local contexts. But how does this shift in priorities reshape the way we think about business success? Take Solar Sisters, a network operating across several African countries, which trains women to sell solar lanterns and clean energy products in last-mile communities. It is more than just business. It's about empowering women, providing energy access, and supporting environmental health. Could your community benefit from a model like this? What local needs could be met through such an approach? Community businesses that prioritizes gender sensitivity and climate resilience go a step further than providing products or jobs. They help build social and environmental justice by ensuring that resources are shared, access is equitable, and sustainability is at the forefront. What would it take to see more of these businesses thrive in your area? When women lead community businesses with sustainable practices, they become guardians of their local environment. By advocating for policies that protect resources, they contribute to a cycle that benefits everyone. Let's think beyond the conventional. Imagine developing business models inspired by traditional knowledge. Consider the coconut palm. Every part of it can be used, from the leaves to the husk. Coastal communities, for instance, rely on coconut to prevent land erosion, while inland communities use them for daily needs. How can we take inspiration from models like this to create climate-responsive businesses that are economically viable and community-centered? A humble crop like taro offers endless opportunities for gender-sensitive businesses. Imagine a local business that processes taro for home consumption, markets, and even exports. How can such enterprises improve food security, create jobs, and even increase community resilience? This approach doesn't just bring income. It builds food systems rooted in tradition, resilience, and sustainability. A sustainable business model in this context considers every aspect: gender equality, environmental responsibility, and local needs. But how do we shift from short-term gains to long-term community-wide impact? It starts by integrating gender equality at every level of the business, from hiring practices and decision-making roles to monitoring progress. Tracking the impact of gender and climate-sensitive approaches allows communities to make informed adjustments. What if every business considered its environmental and social impact alongside its financials? Could we design a marketplace that values resilience as much as revenue? Creating climate-responsive and gender-sensitive livelihoods require supportive structures. Here are some of critical steps. Invest in education for women and girls, provide access to financial resources, promote women's leadership, and remove barriers like unpaid care work. Think about the economic growth potential if every woman who wanted to start a business had the financial support and training to do so. What's holding us back from creating this world? And how do we tackle these barriers in our communities? Social enterprises like the Girls Inspire initiative in Tanzania show us what's possible when we invest in women-led sustainable businesses. This initiative empowered women to create eco-friendly products, opened a local shop, and inspired others to learn and lead. Imagine if every community had an enterprise like this. How might it transform community resilience and even health outcomes? To truly succeed, these enterprises need an environment that fosters innovation, respects local knowledge, and supports gender equity. Communities must advocate for policies that protect natural resources, allow for equal economic participation, and promote education and training in sustainable practices. Advocacy isn't just for policymakers. It starts at the community level. What if every town and village actively worked to create a supportive environment for gender-sensitive, climate-responsive businesses? How much progress could we make towards a sustainable future if we all took part? Gender-sensitive, climate-responsive business holds the key to a resilient, sustainable future. They leverage local knowledge, prioritizes long-term benefits, and make it possible for entire communities to thrive. But building these enterprises means we all need to imagine new possibilities, advocate for supportive environments, and work collectively towards sustainable growth. Imagine a world where every community is equipped to tackle climate challenge, foster gender equity, and create sustainable livelihoods. What steps will you take to bring that vision closer to reality? And how will you inspire others to join in building this sustainable future? This publication was made possible through the funding provided by Global Affairs Canada under the Empowering Women and Girls project. The Commonwealth of Learning wishes to thank the contributors to this video: Kuntal D, Sandy Hertz, Francis Ferreira, Cyrus Kithuva, and Collins Omondi.